This is like my favorite thing. How
That's
I
cool.
squeeze this in and it's all going uphill with the chairlift. It was just, it's like bringing you into the bigger picture. We have the dual synchronized cousin coasters, and they're named after us. The green and the blue. Up
Oh,
and
that's
around.
awesome.
They touch, they go back
Oh
down.
my god, that's
And,
awesome.
and if you could hear the sound right now, it's like. See, we have a green chairlift taking it's called the Spar lift. And it takes us over to Sparland.
Oh, nice.
Sparland is green. It's Team Spar on one side, Channel 5 on the other. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Johnny 5 Alive here, joined with Team Spar, and we're doing another Rollercoaster Tycoon competitive PvP co-op stuff, and this challenge was Lightning Peaks. Now I just want to jump in here and show you guys the objective before we get going, and it is the beautiful mountains of Lightning Peaks are popular with walkers and sightseers. Use the available land to attract new thrill-seeking clientele. You must have at least 900 guests in your park at the end of October year 3 with a park rating of 600. Now this one is challenging and it calls for diversity. It really pushes you. Look at this. The entrance here, they have, what are these called? The chairlifts.
Chairlift.
Yeah, all going all the way up, so you can't really build much here, and if you do, it's really challenging. And then when you get to the top, they have a platform up here. Then they have another chairlift over here, which takes you over the lake over here, and the whole thing is just hills. There's not one single flat tile. Not a single flat tile.
It's pretty
Right,
difficult.
right here. There's some flat tiles for you. That's it.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, I'm seeing all this and trying to figure out what's what.
Yeah, it was the most difficult challenge that when we started, we actually, look at this, they only give you a maximum of, what was it, 10,000?
15.
15,000. So you can only take out an extra 10, and you only start with 5. So when you're lowering the land and you're building, like just building up above, it costs extra money for the supports. So everything was, next thing you know, we're broke. At one point, I was like, oh my God, I'm just like on the verge of 2,000. I think Cody was waiting for money to come in. So this one was really a challenging one. However, it turned out to be the best park I have ever made. I absolutely killed it. So in that regards, I'm gonna let Cody go first because I'm assuming, like,
Yeah, I
based
don't
off the
want
numbers,
to.
mine's gonna be it's gonna be the showcaser. So you're gonna have to wait to see that. All right, we're gonna jump over to Team Spar. So I'm gonna just watch him on Skype. I guess I'll mention that here and I'll cut this in. So when we were doing recordings before, the mouse didn't show up exactly where we wanted it to. It renders it off to the left a bit, which is inaccurate.
Yeah, so I'm hovering over a tree in the recording, but I'm actually like over 3 tiles to the right and then down
Yeah, so
2.
we have to look over at our recording software if we actually want to point something out. So if we were pointing things out in the previous episodes and it was like, what's he pointing at? It didn't make sense. That's why, because it records this funny. Park
Oh, yeah,
28,000,
28,000. Park.
1,330 guests.
Yep. I had a bunch of money, but it
Paid
went
back your
away.
loan, got 6 grand. And then I saw you had a park rating of what, 900? And
900.
900.
Yeah, yeah, it dipped a little bit, and then I built a coaster. And
So let's see the very entrance and just go all the way up.
okay, so yeah, I didn't really do anything here. I just went with like a red theme, red and black.
Mhm.
I was like black balloons, and
Cool.
built a slide here, and then it was pretty awkward. Like, here's a perfect example of how awkward this was. I built it here, and I couldn't get it to match up, so I had to like follow the path just so I
Yeah.
could flatten this out, cut the train in, do all this stuff. It was like, so then I was like, wow, okay, I lost all my money for a slide, but apparently it's pretty popular. So
Holy moly.
first thing I did was I built this roller coaster right here. So
The
this is
flying
coaster
one?
one, this guy right here. So let's just like start it off. So this was actually pretty fun to make. It's pretty cool. This is a pretty coaster crazy little middle section. Basically, all my coasters diverge in the middle. They start on the peaks, and then they come out and they use all this open space. So it comes up, uses
That's
its
a pretty
speed.
wild drop and turn.
Yeah, and then this one had a really good.
You didn't even have to make lifts there. It almost made it right to the top, eh?
Yeah, so this one, high, high, high. That was my very first one. I believe that was my first one. Yeah, coaster one. We can go to my coaster two, right here. So it walks, goes
Ooh,
right
I
here,
haven't built one of those.
and then it
Wow,
stalls. It's got the brakes,
that's
and
cool.
and then it drops. Whee!
Straight
Whoa!
down. I haven't made one of those yet. That's
Comes down,
cool.
and then I just kind of carry the momentum, speed. It has so much speed that literally I just was like climbing up this whole time, and then pitches it off. I built a corkscrew.
Oh, are you? Oh yeah, you are playing it.
Yeah, I built a corkscrew this way. I didn't have much room after I built all this stuff. I'm not gonna show you this stuff. I mean, I had a
It's hard
hard
to make a
time.
nice corkscrew that's long. They kind of look awkward and skinny.
So yeah, I was like, there's all this space, and once I built this up, I was like, I have to kind of build it out here
It's a nice
to bring it
corkscrew
back in,
coaster.
and
It
then
gets
boom.
the job done. A few
Yep.
loops, a couple turns.
Yep. I like the what is it? How do
Go
I
karts.
go karts? It goes up and around, figure eight, comes back down into the terrain, and right through there. Like, it's pretty cute, super popular.
Got a little maze back there.
Oh yeah, here's my maze. So the maze was really difficult because you can't build a maze on.
Oh, I like how it's like a
ramp.
bridge.
Yeah, so I cut it across.
See, I didn't know it built the support for you. I literally flattened my terrain like a dummy.
Yeah. The entrance and exit. So the exit has to cut through, I think.
Yeah, I see it.
It cuts through. It's kind of fun. I mean, almost every path. Like I get lost. I made these, and I'm still like, I don't know where any of this goes.
I can see why you got confused. Yeah, I built mine so I could see it. It was all visible.
Yeah, I just like, and then I
Little
actually,
train around the lake.
I actually, so we stopped this. I built this, and then right as I was about to do the entrance and exits, like right around here, I won the thing. And I'm like, oh, so this is literally the first time I'm ever seeing this coaster. So I guess we can watch that. I don't know.
We're not going to be able to see the ratings because you have to do it twice.
I actually have been running it
Might
this whole
take a
time.
while.
So
Oh, what's the rating?
let's see.
Yeah, no, it doesn't show.
Awaiting test results. Okay.
You
Is there 2 tracks? It's just the one. Okay. Well, I had to build it.
Is that a drop or is that?
No, it is literally climbing this whole time. It turns and
Oh.
climbs, and then here's the drop. And it cuts through 3 coasters.
What's confusing about one thing I don't like about your park is all the
Oh,
tracks
does it make it?
Oh no! It failed. I was gonna say one thing I didn't like is how all your tracks are red, so I'm getting confused on which roller coaster's what.
That's hilarious.
That's pretty funny. Now it just dangles back and forth.
There we go. This is why it's painful to do this. It's
The
weird.
terrain was very challenging.
Yeah, and I was just hoping to wrap this around, do a loop, and then literally just finish this up because I was like, it's October. I gotta
I
finish
feel
this up.
so claustrophobic on yours, and everything's everywhere. It's amazing how different ours turned out. Because mine's like you'll feel like you're gonna be like
Yeah, I
not,
literally was just like,
your claustrophobia is gonna go away when you see mine. But mine is like crazy too, and like it's just.
I wanted
airy.
mine to feel. I was like, I just have red. I wanted it to be like very like vibrant and in your face. I was like, just like look how.
I think that's
red
what
it is.
adding to the claustrophobia is the red.
I was like, I wanted it to be just red and black and just like in your face, weird, gross, bloody.
It's pretty crazy. I love this map, and
I
it's
hated
crazy.
it the whole time. You're like, oh, I love this. I'm like, I hate this. Like, oh, this is so great. Like, I hate this.
At first, I didn't like it because it was super challenging, but when I got the things, yeah,
I just kind of wanted this to be over with. I just use some.
your pathing is just I don't even understand it. Like, how do you get around in this park? It's just it's
It
absolutely
goes up around here. I mean,
crazy. It's giving me anxiety a little
here,
bit.
well,
I can
hide
see
it.
why
There
you
you go.
wanted to quit.
There, I'll hide those. I'll hide those. Then we'll hide that. And there. It's not that crazy. I actually built a pretty cool path. I was the monorail goes, or the chairlift comes from like here to there, and I built a nice path, and so that way people don't actually have to use the lift to get across. Yeah, see, they're coming here, and I'm like, I built a path, and that's like the most popular path. So it was pretty efficient.
Cool, man. Cool.
Anyways, but I had great ratings and everything too. So,
Yeah, you did. You killed it.
So, but yeah, overall, I didn't really.
I think the
enjoy this. I didn't enjoy this one.
claustrophobia and the redness, it's very panicky and making me yeah. It's like, oh my god, I could see after a while you were like, okay, I'm giving up on this one.
Bunch of music. Anyways, let's see yours.
Let's do it. Woo! Balloons. Okay. Look at all the balloons. No. All right. The entrance. Here we go. I put this in the air. There's boosters on the track.
What is this track?
It's just the steel coaster. It's got boosters here. And look at the lineup, man. This thing was a money maker.
I didn't know they can come back and then that's it.
Yeah, it starts off with a powered launch mode at 100 kilometers per hour. These are booster pieces, so it gets speed on every straightaway, and then it goes up, and then it comes back. It's awesome. And then I put like red blossom trees and red fences all the way up. So I went with the red theme too, funny enough, or at least here I did. And there's a food court right here above the bottom path. I do not know how I pulled this off. You can't even see the bottom anymore. It's just like swallowed by the upper paths. But you get up there. You can see it better from here, I guess. It makes it up there beside the chairlift. And then we get up, and this is the Channel 5 gaming zone. Everything's blue themed. I got a blue maze on top of a giant blue raised cliff. Blue rides, Ferris wheels, swings. I named everything 5 themed. The Johnny Go Round. The first thing I did, I built all this stuff in after. The first thing I did was I made this food court. So this is my food court, and then I built my coaster. So we're gonna wait for a coaster.
Let's see the coasters.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait for one to come back. So yeah, this whole area is the Channel 5 zone, and then the red thing comes into it. Okay, we got a coaster coming back. So let's watch this guy. It's this mini steel coaster. I always start with the mini steel coaster. You know me, I always like doing that one, and this one's kind of cute. So it can fit a lot of people, and the lineup is packed. It lets a lot of people on and off, so it did pretty well. Let's check out the rating for it. It's a high, medium. It's more intense than it is exciting. It's an intense one. So it drops right out the gate. Voop. Spirals up and around. It's kind of slow there, but it works. Little drop to a bigger drop to a spiral, and then it goes underground, and then it comes up here.
Oh yeah,
It's got a turn and pull. Well, it's not super fast.
Yeah, I like how like your coasters are like tucked on the outside here. Just picked up 2 of them. I don't know what the other ones look like. And then I basically went right in the middle.
So that's just cool.
That's good. It's a nice one.
So this is the Channel 5 area. This is why it's all blue. And then in the center, we have a blue and a green. Why is this? We have the Cousin 5 and the Cousin Spar. We have the dual synchronized Cousin coasters. This is pretty impressive.
Oh, so you did the same one where like launches out.
Yeah, but it's a little bit more crazy. Yeah, it's pretty sweet, and they're named after us. The green and the blue. Up and around.
That's awesome.
They touch. They go back down.
God, that's awesome.
And if you could hear the sound right now, it's like because you can hear the spirals from the waves of both of them. It's pretty cool.
Awesome. That's really cool.
And then in between the Channel 5, just want to get the sound for the audience so they can hear it one more time. That sounds so cool. So in between the blue and the green, we have some more red. This is the Rocket League racers, and all the carts, they better leave pretty soon here. All the carts are blue and green because they're not ever going to race. Whatever. I'll show you the food court while I wait. Yeah, blue and green carts. It's me and you racing, man. Meow. Nice little elevated food court with the red brick walls and stuff. And then the other side of the park, see we have a green chairlift it's called the Spar lift. And it takes us over to Sparland.
Oh, nice.
Sparland is green. Everything's green. We got green trees everywhere, green walkways, green stuff, green pathways. We got a Spar tower. We got a Spar maze. I had the blue maze. You get the green one. It's a big, stupid, undulated wall. Yeah, and we have the Spar simulator. So people get to experience your life. We have Spar plays Rocket League. I didn't know if I showed that over here, but we have a Channel 5 Let's Plays, and then over on your end we have Spar playing Rocket League. So everyone gets to watch us play games, and you have your own little food court up here. It's an elevated food court, and then some slides and some spinny stuff, and then we have the Spartacus, the wooden roller coaster Spartacus. It like barely made it up.
That's funny.
I had to put like a little tiny lift here. It's a big drop though.
Wow, another huge drop. And a nice. Oh, that's great.
The rating is high, medium. It turned out really great.
Perfect.
That's all of it. I didn't want to make
awesome.
it too crazy. It's just a drop, a turn, a drop, a turn, and a big turn.
Yeah, I find if you go wild, it doesn't help.
But look how many trains it has. Oh, it just broke down. It has it has 3 carts that big, so it can never fill up because it's always going. Yeah, so this was my favorite thing out of the whole thing. Was like
that was so cool.
And then obviously the rocket was awesome, and this lineup is packed. People just can't get enough of this one.
This is amazing.
So at the end, I didn't get to show my numbers, but when I finished, I had 1,700 people in the park, and I had 950 as my park rating. It probably dropped because we were showing it 930 now.
Yeah.
And I had just so much money. My company value is 62,000. I finished with 60. This is the biggest theme park I've ever done, and it was on the most craziest land. Everything's like floating or dropped in, and it's all over the place. And that's why I like this one so bad. Like if you get a flat map, you lose creativity. You know what I mean? Just like I'll put this here. I'll put this here. But this gives you like, it makes you creative within constraints. So you're like, everything is forcing you to do things. I wouldn't have built a go-kart like this if I didn't build it on this slope, you know? I wouldn't have built this if I would have had room to make a normal coaster. So I just was like, oh, I'll use that same idea over here, but a little bit more complicated. This, like, it's all elevated. I would have never done anything like this if they didn't make me build on a hill, you know? And, you know, like this maze, I would have never made this big square pad thingy, and, you know, so it forces you out of your comfort zone to do weird things, and because of that, you get some really cool results. And I still managed to build a couple good coasters. This one was really good, and this little guy over here was good, and I just tucked them on the sides. Then obviously these guys, they're not, I wouldn't really consider them coasters. They're more like thrill rides to me, but they are coasters. I kind of rank them in with like a elevator, you know? They are coasters, but they're not complete tracks. So those are kind of, you know, if you're looking to make money early in this game, doing one of these, they're super popular, as you can see from the red rocket at the bottom there. It's just non-stop money. Like when I made these and the red rocket, the money just started rolling in. People can't get enough of these. So start with your little mini steel and then move over to one of these guys because they're quick, cheap, and easy. And then, you know, then start making your big wooden coasters and stuff like that. But yeah, this one was a blast for me. I absolutely loved it, and it's Team Spar on one side, Channel 5 on the other, and I divided it with these two, and then a little bit of red, just because. So yeah, that was a fun one for me. I'm excited. Spar gets to pick the next map. I picked this one, so.
I pull my hair on this one a lot.
Yeah.
Although the first half I was like, I'm not gonna do this. I was put to rage quit, and then all of a sudden, like, I turned around. I made like a couple good coasters, and like my rating, like, I think my company value wasn't as high as yours, or it was the other way around. Like my park value was like as high as yours, but it was like that. But and the guests were really high. I was like, it's probably the best I've performed number-wise. Which is odd. Yeah,
we're getting a lot better in terms of micromanaging the money and how much money we're bringing in. So we're destroying these objectives. We're pretty far down in the objective list. So if we could pick a really hard one for the next one, or a big one, an ambitious one, like you must build 10 coasters kind of thing. I don't know. It's up to you, Spar. Whatever you want to pick is cool with me. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this game still. There's still lots of coasters we haven't even tried. I'm still kind of like, this was new to me. It's the steel coaster. I need to do more things with coasters. So yeah, this one was awesome. I love this map. I just like the beginning here. This is like my favorite thing. how
That's
I
cool.
squeezed this in, and it's all going uphill with the chairlift. It was just, it's like bringing you into the bigger picture, and here it just unveils itself, and then there's a whole nother park inside the park. So this one, to me, I just had so much fun on this. Loved it.
Yeah, you knocked this one out of the park for sure.
Cool. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and we will see you guys in the next Tycoon.
Ah, wow. Yeah, wow.
Okay, so I definitely like your quaintness, but with mine, I still had a theme. It's quaint and it's jam-packed. So we're going to hit the play button.
Same.
So from a distance, you can see I covered the whole lake.
Oh, the maze and the bumper cars in the exact same spot.
Yeah, that's
And the
hilarious.
Ferris wheel.
That's funny. So yeah, let's start from the beginning here. So that's